A few months ago I started this project where I wanted to crochet a sweater with leftover yarn. I actually came really far, but then suddenly I kind of forgot everything about it and I didn't continue on it. So it's like almost done, but I still need to crochet a bit and then sew all the pieces together. And yeah, I don't know why I stopped, but I really want to finish it. My plan is today to get as far as possible as I can with this sweater. I don't think I can actually finish it, but let's see how much I can crochet today on it. We have the first piece, which is either for the front or the back of the sweater. Then we have the second either back or front piece, and I think I prefer this color combination. So I think this is gonna be like the front. So this is like part of the sleeve, but as you can see it's not that far, so right now it would only be like a t-shirt sleeve. And here we have the other sleeve. I am much further on this sleeve. So there's still a pretty long way to go, but I've spent so many hours on this project, so I have to finish it. So, okay, let's see. I think these pieces are like big enough. I don't think I need to make them bigger. I mean, it's not gonna be like a really oversized sweater. I think it's going to be a little bit of a tight sweater. So I'm just going to try and sew the shoulder seams together now. Okay, so now I have sewed the shoulder seams, so I can kind of try it on and see how it will fit. So I think the neckline is good. Maybe I will do 1 centimeter more or something. I will figure that out later. I actually think it's a really good size. I'm glad I didn't make it bigger. And then also when I wash it and block it, it's probably gonna be a little bit bigger as well. Okay, so next step is to attach the sleeves. So I can see that I stopped in the middle of a row. So I started this project when I still lived in Barcelona, and when I returned to Denmark, I think I kind of forgot about this project. Or maybe I kind of got a little bit bored of it because it took much longer than I thought it would. But if I take a break from a project, I tend to leave it for such a long time. But now I actually really want to have this sweater done. So I'm almost done attaching the second sleeve, and when I'm done with this, I think I'm gonna take a break because I have not been outside today and I really need some fresh air. I know now that I'm definitely not going to finish the sweater today, just like the sewing part takes such a long time. So after I had been inside the whole day, I finally decided to go for a little walk. Like, the sewing part of the sweater was really taking forever, so I definitely needed a break. I find it so boring to do the sewing part. So yeah, I went for a little walk in my hometown, and it was actually a really beautiful and sunny day. I went to this little forest and it was looking very foresty. I don't know, it was very beautiful. And afterwards I went down by the water. This is my usual route that I always walk. I live in a very small town, so I always walk the same route. And I actually think I was walking during like the golden hour because everything was looking very golden. And after my walk I went home and continued to work on my sweater. And yeah, I just started watching The Office for like maybe the 4th or 5th time. So I'm watching that while I continue on the sweater. And here I have finally attached both sleeves. It is the next morning, and yesterday I ended up, so I only sewed all the pieces together. Everything is attached. So like, I still need to sew all this from the sleeves, but I can't sew it all the way because I need to crochet the sleeves a lot longer. think the size is good. Also, like the sleeve size here is good because I hate when it goes all the way up in your armpit. I really hate it. So this is good. I don't know if I'm going to crochet it all the way down because I kind of really want to be done with this. And also I really like sometimes when you can see like your bracelets and it's not all the way down, but I don't know. Right now it is inside out, but it still looks really good, I would say. It's definitely a very funky sweater. So now I think I just need to continue to crochet in the sleeves and then I can sew the rest of the sweater and then it's actually done. Okay, so I came to the conclusion that I want to sew the shoulders a little bit more and then I want to have long sleeves. So yeah, that is what I'm doing today. So I just started to weave in some of the ends. There are a lot of ends in this project, but then I actually decided to go to the gym. I try to go to the gym every other day, but I really have to force myself lately because I prefer just to be at home and doing my creative things. So I spent the entire evening crocheting on the sweater. As you can see, I use a lot of leftover yarn for this project and I prefer just to have it all over the place so I can really see which colors I can use, even though it is a mess. But for me it's like a creative mess, so it's okay. For the sweater, I'm using this stitch called a block stitch and I really love this kind of stitch and I have been making so many scarves with this same kind of stitch. So I just quickly wanted to show you my scarves because I'm working on a pattern for these scarves and I'm also gonna put them out for sale. And I'm really excited about this project and I just wanted to show you it. Then again I spent the evening crocheting and once again I was watching The Office. And this is how every night is for me lately. I am crocheting on the sweater and I am watching The Office. So here a lot of evenings has passed by where I have been doing the exact same thing, but it's so cozy for me. I really love evenings like these. So yeah, I'm having a great time. But then all my leftover yarn got all tangled up, which was really annoying. But then I was done crocheting the sleeves and then I just had a lot of ends to weave in. Oh yeah, and I just got a new job and here I came home from my first shift. I have like a Christmas job at this store called Søstrene Grene. It's a pretty big chain, so maybe you know it. In the evening I was pretty tired after my first shift, so I was just watching The Office and then I began to weave in some of these ends. Yeah, I was so tired I didn't even take my work clothes off, but I had enough energy to weave in the ends, or like some of them, because it was going to take forever. I finally finished to weave in the ends of the first sleeve, but then I had like the second sleeve, which you can see it's a lot. But I am saving all of the ends and I save them in these coffee jars and then I like to use it as stuffing. And for this sweater I have a crazy amount of ends left because for every row of the sweater I'm having 2 ends to weave in, so it's a lot. But I do use it as stuffing for these bunnies that I make, and I'm also making a pattern for this little bunny. It took me a lot of evenings to weave in all of the ends, but here is my final night of weaving in the ends. And finally, the next day I could wash it. And my mom told me that the water should be around 30 degrees, so I tried to make it 30 degrees to wash the sweater, which I have never done before. So I thought, like, why not try it? And then I used wool soap, which I always do for washing my handmade clothes. And then it was finally time to wash the sweater. And then I tried for the first time to use a centrifugation mode in the washing machine to let it dry a little bit. And I was really scared to do it because I was so scared of it getting ruined or something, I don't know. But it actually turned out really fine, and then a lot of the water was gone, so it was going to dry a lot quicker. I decided not to block the sweater because I didn't really want it to be any bigger, so I just laid it out on a towel on a table, and then I just had to wait to let it dry and wait for the next day. So this is actually a few days later because I was kind of busy and I decided just to let it dry for a few days. But I was finally completely done with the sweater. I've been waiting for this moment, and this is my first time trying it on after it's completely done. After I washed it, I think it looked even better because after you wash it, it becomes more neat, I would say. And here you can see the back. It does have like a lot of different colors. I think I prefer the front, but you can decide which is the front and the back. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, this is a result of my leftover yarn sweater. And I decided to sew a label on it, which is from this brand that I'm starting called Cozy Care Studio. So I decided to put that on the sweater.